shield once he picks this up. But it's Pablo, it's Bevy's knocking on their door. Are they going to be able to get out? Grapple Blade comes through. Rotate continues.
55 below. It's not going to be an easy rotation by any means, and the point gap has lessened from 8 back down to 2. Means Malibuca, Merstach, they found elimination along the way. Queasy is down. Queasy is down. It's all up to Thomas. 8 builds to his name. He's trying to get this elimination on the bull backside of zone, and he finds that elimination, but not many builds. But he gets bandages. Another pressure towards the front side. It's looking disastrous for Thomas as everybody begins to focus back. Thomas goes down. Malibuca and Merstach are still alive, and that is 2 or 3 more points due to placement. They might have just overtaken it right there.
All they need to do is stay up. The closest duo now, Kiro Kiduo, were in 3rd place, creeping on behind Merstach and Malibuca. They need to find them in this late game. They need to eliminate them.
Just about 1 more placement, 1 more elimination will be official for Malibuca and Merstach to take this game. Kiro and Kadudo still waiting in the wings, 32 below. They still have a chance right now. They're still over 60, 70 points on the board in terms of placement if Malibuca and Merstach can go down.
Malibuca's cracked. The fresh is on. He gets knocked. It's all up to Merstach. This could be it. The comeback from Kiro and Kiduo. If Merstach goes down, he cannot let that happen.
I'm not even sure if a placement came in by the time Queasy Thomas went down. Not just yet. Merstach still needs to be able to clutch up. He's been in this situation before 1 year ago, and he was on the victory end along with Tayson of a close race. But now it's going to be put to the test yet again. He's under pressure, getting shot from different angles, 83 HP. He's well above the damage threshold, and he still finds a way to stay alive. Even dodging zone along the way, but he goes down. Merstach goes down, but he picked up more points in terms of placement.
It is all up to Kiro and Kiduo now. They need to secure the victory royale. They need to get eliminations, but with no builds to their name, they have to act fast.
There's a ton of placement points on the board, but they're going to need eliminations mixed in with that if they want to take it overall. Kiro and Kaduo, I don't even know if they know the situation that they're in right now.
They're still trying. Medkit's
oh no.
up. Duo partners went down. It's all up to Kiro. He has no materials. He's on the edge of zone. No more medkits now, as he might be able to pick up a bit of loot. It's even more medkits. The blessing as he grapples on in.
He didn't grab the medkits though. He panicked. He went to the front of zone. Doesn't grab materials either. Kiro has to dig deep. He got 6 more teams, 7 more teams down worth of placement points. 581. He needs to be able to push himself over the edge, but there are so many teams in his path ready to stop him.
Now the rotate continues. Shot connects. The Vico eliminated. That's 1 on the board. Materials recuperated. Now ahead of zone.
This is legendary right now. He's earned this spot. First elimination has been found, but once again, running out of builds, running out of time. You see him looking all around, trying to look to the backside of the zone. Can he find anybody sneaking around? There are so many duos on top of that layer that he's at. Sato and Alex, they cut him off in front. Kiro finally goes down. He didn't get enough points.
Malibuca and Merstach, will they be able to hold on to the throne as Marius is finishing off this last match? Medkit popped, 3 elims on the board.
Sangil got his first victory royale this weekend in FNCS Finals lobby, looking to make it 2, looking to get more points and line their pockets with money, but Marius forced to drop down low. Shots coming from above. It's almost looking like a solo FNCS, but 1 duo, Noms and Cringe on the high ground.
And they're holding strong. Just 11, 14 HP for Marius. He's forced back into zone, but it's duos that are up against him. He needs a miracle for the 1 versus 2. Takes the first shot, hits a wall, blocked off, as now Marius is the only solo left.
He's just hiding, the only nook, cranny he could take. But he gets taken out. And Alexado on the low ground. Noms and Cringe switching up their drop spot in the last 2 games. They've got 6 eliminations up until this point. What a way to end the game if they can somehow drop down to their opponent and finish it off. But multiple win conditions going around both of these teams. 3 medkits each. Sato getting tossed around, trying to play disruptor, but he's going to get dropped down. Noms and Cringe, they're the duo on the high ground, but Analyx forced to start to heal off early.
Both teams had 3 medkits. Andalex, though, the pressure's on him. Noms goes down with the knock. The heal off continues now. Who is going to be able to outlive?
Andalex does have a little bit of lead in terms of those med kits, but we've seen multiple heals getting scattered around on some fallen foes. Andalex starting the last of his opportunity. Crims, he finds another one, almost fumbles the bag there, but the med kit is going to be popped. Andalex now has to turn the tides. He has to go on the hunt, sees an opponent, staring him in the eyes, trying to go for the piece control, cancels the med kit. Andalex clutches up by taking down Cringe.
He does it. The med kit was found by Cringe, but it was not enough to hold on. Andalex securing that final shot for the final victory royale of the day.
And that race was so close to Kata. It was so close to the very end. Queasy, Thomas HD, Malibuca, Merstach, history repeating itself going into the final game with just 2 points. But we're all left waiting. Who won? That's the biggest question. Of course, Andalex was able to clutch up in this game. He's probably lined himself with more money in his pockets, but who went to the global championship?
That's the big question. 2 teams from today are booking their tickets to the global championship, but only one team is securing that FNCS title. Andalex and Sato secured the victory royale for this last match of the day, but who is the duo that's going to secure that Axe of Champions? There's only 3 people that can let us know. Let's head right to them.
Thank you so much, Jacob, and to Carter for that fantastic casting throughout this season of Chapter 5. And boys, I was hearing from production just now that there were 2 points in it as we went into game number 12, and now there is just 1 point in it, because when you looked at our top 2 duos, neither of them had the game that they were hoping for, but one of them had the game that they needed. And it's so almost eerie to see some of these names coming back a year later. You have both Thomas HD and Malibuca looking to get their first ever major title. But unfortunately for them now, one of them could do it. One of them sadly had to settle for second place. But who will be settling for second place again? The duo is divided now. They're divided by who has a major title. We're waiting for the leaderboards to come in. Levin, this is so exciting.
I mean, this is everything an FNCS should be about. EU never seems to disappoint. And I mean, just to see history rewriting itself with the same characters involved in such a special moment. I mean, yeah, I'm sure we know both of those teams are going to go to the global championships now, but it's all about the bragging rights. It's all about winning that FNCS. We know how much Thomas wants it. We know how much Malibuca wants it. And that finish is just, oh, you can't write it. You literally can't write it.
And that first title just means so much to both of these players. Because both of them, Malibuca and Thomas, have waited so long and will both be wanting it as much as the other. That game was incredible as well. Both teams just had it just so close at moments throughout that game. We saw Malibuca and Merstach trying to fight for that island against Cammy and Seti. They bullied them off it. That was on the edge of my seat for that. That was incredible. We saw, of course, Queasy and Thomas that were fighting against Phaser and King, and they both got knocked. Both teams individually got knocked. So we were on the edge of our seats again, trying to think, are they going to be able to get the revive? Is this the moment where they win it? Is this the moment where they lose it? We didn't know. We're about to find out, though.
We had our own watch party going on in the virtual green room, and you know what? We did not want to wait, and you guys don't need to wait any longer. It's time to see the final leaderboard and who is raising the Axe of Champions. And we can now reveal that your champions of Chapter 5, Season 1 by 1 point, are winners of $170,000, the Axe of Champions, and a spot in Global Championships is Merstach and Malibuca, 649 points. This is a duo that show consistency throughout Chapter 5, Season 1, and they are your deserving champions, Mini Miner.
They say that good things come to those who wait, and oh boy, has Malibuca waited a long time for this very moment. By a single point,